Cam.
Hi, this is Prayson Pate. I'm the CTO of the Edge Cloud Group at ADVA, where I also lead solutions marketing. Today with me is James Buchanan, who is the GM of the Edge Cloud Group. Good morning, James.
Good morning, Prayson. How are you doing?
Doing great. Hope you are as well. Today we're going to be talking about the innovations we're seeing in the Access Network, as well as the newest member of our FSP 150 family, the XG108. With this innovation cycle, we're seeing demand increasing radically, but we're also seeing operators come under tremendous pressure to control costs. James, tell us a bit about these challenges, as well as the opportunities that are opening up.
Sure. So the last 12 months, of course, have been very interesting in our business, as they have been for everybody. What we noticed through the pandemic was the movement to remote work drove a significant increase in the bandwidth requirements on many, but not all, of the circuits that companies have. This led to an acceleration of the trend that was already in place of migrating from 1 gig circuits to 10 gig circuits. So the deployment of 10 gig has really been jump-started and gone mainstream. But as you said, as always, cost consciousness is paramount at operators. And so they have to find that sweet spot to balance the deployment of a higher speed, nominally more expensive technology with managing the costs. And that's where we think we can help.
That's interesting what you talked about, the increase in the cycle of innovation. I read somewhere that innovations or updates in the IT infrastructure for healthcare have accelerated by something like a year based on the demands of the pandemic. In addition to that, there's another factor, and that's 5G. 5G is going to provide increased bandwidth, but at the cost of many more cell sites, each of which is going to need more capacity. In addition, there's a need for technologies like synchronization. So how is that impacting our operator customers?
Pretty much the same equation, and you nailed it, right? In addition to all of these business services that are now demanding 10 gig facilities, we have a proliferation of mobile demands, which require 10 or even 25 gig facilities. So not only higher bandwidth, but many more sites, as you said. So that drives basically ultimately a similar need. You need the ability to cost effectively backhaul much higher amounts of bandwidth and to terminate it, with the special adders for the mobile network of needing iTemp support, as well as iTemp as in extended temperature range, as well as precision timing support. So these things are really kind of coming together to create the same demand in the marketplace.
Thanks, James. As I mentioned at the top, we have a new member of the FSP 150 family, the XG108, and it's designed for this market and these opportunities. James, tell us a bit more about that new product.
Sure thing. So the XG108 is our third generation 10 gig platform. We created a new development cycle last year in order to be able to hit this wave exactly with the latest technology, which allows us to hit the lowest possible cost points and really enable the key thing for operators, which is now to ubiquitously deploy a 10 gig capable platform. So even when they get new 1 gig customers, they can deploy this platform cost effectively and then migrate them up to the 10 gig level. This is critical. It takes a bunch of cost out of the equation for the operators. The second thing that has happened in our product portfolio is that because we're going to have all these 10 gig circuits now sitting out at the edge, is driving a ton of bandwidth back towards the core. And many operators are relooking at how they're doing their aggregation strategy and pushing aggregation out into the access network. And so we have developed the XG400 family, which is based around the latest merchant silicon for switching, but surrounded that with our proprietary frame forwarding technologies and services technologies so that you can get the best of both worlds. So these platforms are the critical ones for us. They're all GA, and if you want to find out more about them, please come to www.adva.com.
Thanks so much, James, and thanks everybody for joining us today.
TechCam.